Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, the best place for new and emerging leaders who want help navigating challenging situations in the workplace. I'm Jeboria Scott, a leadership coach and consultant, and today's episode is all about how to get the most out of your team so that you can build a strong unit that achieves goals and comes out on top every time. So keep watching. The first tip for how to get the most out of your team is to show interest in what they do. When a leader is interested in knowing more about what makes an employee good at their job, it demonstrates that you value the contributions of each team member, and it also demonstrates your commitment to creating a successful teamwork environment. It also shows that you respect the employee's knowledge and you also respect their experience, and that you're willing to listen and learn from them to improve processes. This will help you to shape a positive image of your leadership in the employees' minds. Tip number 2 for how to get the most out of your team is to provide them with resources. Although it seems like in every industry lately the prevailing motto is to do more with less, it'll be important for you to be an advocate for resources to help your team achieve success in their jobs. By providing your employees with the tools necessary to do a good job, you'll minimize frustration, employees will feel equipped to do a competent and credible job, and you'll increase your chances of reaching your goal. And that's what it's all about, really, right? The third tip for how to get the most out of your team is don't ignore your top performers. Among leaders, the tendency is to leave your best performing employees to continue to do the work and depend on them heavily while spending most of your time listening to the poor performers complain as they continue to perform poorly, and they continue to work below the company standards. What ends up happening is the poor performers occupy all of your time while the top performers feel underappreciated, unappreciated, and they withdraw, and eventually they find a different job. Now, I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't hold underperforming employees accountable for doing their jobs as expected. Of course you should. What I'm saying is don't take your top performers for granted. People who do good work need to feel appreciated by their leaders, and they need their leaders' time and attention too. So here's what you can do to make sure that this happens for your top performers. A, check in regularly. One-on-one meetings will allow you to offer your top performers your undivided attention, and it sends a huge signal that the team member is valued and valuable. And then B, check in on work progress. Top performers need to collaborate and brainstorm with their leader to ensure that they're on the right track. This will allow you to gauge when, how, and if your help is needed. Tip number 4 for how to get the most out of your team is to leverage their strengths to build strong teams. It's important to remember that as the leader, you don't need to know how to do everything yourself. Your role is to share your vision and ensure that everyone is doing what they do best. One of the better things to do is, if one of your employees is better at researching data, let them do that and provide you with the information. If another employee is good at project management, let that person be a team leader for special assignment and make them responsible for providing progress updates to you. This will allow everyone to be contributors who add value, and you'll have the best possible outcome as you pull everything together as the leader. Tip number 5 for how to get the most out of your team is to learn as much as you can about team building strategies. Leaders who actively seek to learn about proven techniques to build strong teams will inevitably inspire employees so that they're motivated to do a good job. And there's so much information out there that it won't be hard for you to do. Let me know in the comments what's a good book or article or YouTube channel about team building that you recommend to your community. I'd love to hear more from you about that. So let's recap the tips on how to get the most out of your team as a leader. Tip number 1, show that you're interested and invested in your team members. Tip number 2, provide them with resources. Tip number 3, don't ignore your top performers. Tip number 4, leverage strengths to fill gaps. And tip number 5, make a commitment to learning team building strategies so that you'll be successful. Now, if you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, if you're watching this video and you want to learn more about how to be an effective leader and handle workplace situations, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you'll know when I post more videos just like this one. As always, have a great week, be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.